Action.
Eugene, I think people will want to see what your fall shuffling looks like.
Well, through my career, I've really done 3 fall shuffles. The one that I did, the beginning one, which is right out of Arthur Buckley, is this. And what I added to this really was only this jerky motion, as if I'm actually trying to get those cards to interweave. What's going on is this. The cards are not being held against the table. These fingers are under the cards. I begin with the left-hand group and with the right-hand group, and what's going to happen is these cards are going to go right over the top.
Right-hand cards go on top of the left-hand.
But that's going to be hidden by this jerky motion, as if I'm trying to actually get the cards to go into something. Why, it says Larry. How amazing. Now, one of the reasons that, this is a very stiff deck of cards that I just opened. One of the reasons that this kind of shuffle isn't always acceptable by a lot of people is that the cards are not held flat on the table. And that was the advantage of the zero shuffle, that the zero shuffle fulfilled the conditions that the deck was flat on the table. The way I've always done the zero shuffle is by picking up here. I pick up a group of cards, John Thompson picks up 1 card only, and that's interesting to watch too. So now I let these cards fall flat. I'm still holding a break in the back, and now I do my interlock, making sure that all of my right-hand cards fall before the break. And then as I come here, I just come up and let them slide in as Herb Zero explained. So it would look like this. I have to say that I practice this a lot, but I really hardly ever have done it in public.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that.
No. The one that I am doing much more in public is one that John Thompson taught to Jeff and me years ago, that was invented by Mike Dowd, but not the Mike Dowd from the States, but rather a Mike Dowd from Canada, and it's called the optical fall shuffle, where I bring part of the cards from the back and just shuffle them. And what's happening here is that the deck is only being cut, it's not being shuffled.
So good.
And what's really happening, you can see here, is this. That's really what's happening. But there's more than that happening. The first thing that's additional is I'm contacting the face of this card with the back of this one to make this card pop a bit. See? Popping up. And the other thing is I'm getting this thumb moving in a kind of rhythm as if it would be. But notice if you were really doing it. Look, if I were really doing half this deck, 1, 2, 3, and I don't have any cards left. So I can't be doing this forever, because why aren't these cards disappearing from my left hand, right? So I tend to do 3, 4, 3, as in 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. 1, 2, 3, stop. And look, if I'm looking in your eyes and you're looking in mine, you're watching this in peripheral vision only. Yeah. And that, of course, makes it much better for me. Yeah. Now, of course, the deck is being cut. Yes. And so this shuffle is great with a cyclical stack. On the other hand, if you had a one-way stack, then what I would do would be to crimp this bottom card and shoot it up to the top, and now 1, 2, 3. And now I just kind of relax, and of course the deck cuts at the crimp, that's why we have crimps, and now I am back to go. I think this is the best fall shuffle I've learned, and if I had learned it when I was a teenager as opposed to the riffle one, I would have been only doing this. Because, look, be honest with yourself. How many fall shuffles do you know that don't require a table? Yes, you can do some of the stuff on your knee, but it's kind of inelegant. Let's talk. Whereas this, I mean, I can be talking to you and you're seeing nothing, really. Yeah. See, and if I need to cut it, then I just let the deck cut and I'm back to go. So if I were starting over again, I think I would only do this optical fall shuffle and I would forget the rest.
Thank you, Eugene.